how to define a coach versus a mentor. Today's topic is very timely, I believe, because I've been getting asked this question a lot. How do you know the difference between a coach or a mentor, and how do you pick if you're really seeking assistance in something? And I know that for gifted people, visionaries, people with overexcitabilities, the kind of people that I often work with who are kind of the outliers, right? Sometimes it's very difficult to decide or even know what to ask. So I thought I'd help you out. A coach is somebody who is really good at questions. A coach sees you as your own personal expert, and their role is to hold you accountable to doing what you say you're going to do and not doing what you say you're not going to do, and get you in the direction toward the goal that you state. So your coach doesn't come up with your goal, you do, right? Your coach doesn't tell you how to do it necessarily, but they hold you accountable to what you say you were going to do. Coaching is very valuable. All humans require human connection. We're pack animals neurologically, and we need connection with others. That's why if you hire a personal trainer because you want to go to the gym more regularly, you find yourself going more regularly because you're meeting another person. That's how come sometimes having a buddy or a small group of people together will get a project done or get a goal reached quicker than if we do it in our own mind. Because gifted people, and I think most people, are really good at making excuses, are really good at conning ourselves out of it, thinking there's more time than we have, all kinds of things. I know I have fooled myself into thinking I had a goal done, or giving myself credit in my mind for it being done when I really just wrote it down or thought about it. So it's very important to have people in our world that help hold us accountable. And most importantly, if you're looking for a coach, somebody who can ask very good discerning questions, who isn't afraid to ask the hard questions or give you feedback on something that you may or may not want to hear. You know you have a good coach if they say bad idea. No, I'm not seeing it for you, that you listen to them and you honor what they say. That doesn't necessarily mean you agree, but do you respect them enough to know that what they say is meaningful in some way, whether you can see it then or not? A mentor, on the other hand, is somebody who's like a trusted guide, counselor, if you will, on the sense of offering you good counsel, not necessarily a therapist, right? A mentor is somebody who's further along the road in life than you are. So a mentor is more concerned with your overall personal development as you grow and expand toward whatever your goals are. Whether it's a life big goal or lots of little goals in different areas, a mentor is good at holding the space for all of those things and keeping track of them with you so that something doesn't fall by the wayside, or help guide you toward your own development, your own expansion. That's very different than a coach who is single-minded in asking questions toward the goal. Your mentor is somebody who has wisdom, knowledge, education, and life experience in the arenas that you are seeking assistance with. Education, knowledge, experience in the arenas you are seeking assistance with in the overall life picture. So I am an intuitive mentor for visionary leaders, for gifted people, people who are outliers, who aren't necessarily understood in the world. Working with the families I work with, the individuals, and the businesses I work with, it's all about the overall personal development of everybody in the group and each individual single person at a time. That's different than just coaching. It's asking questions and helping with a goal. So these are both valuable, and they're both very different. Then we have therapy, which a lot of people think coaching can be a substitute for therapy. And I don't know about that. Maybe in some situations, but they are very different. And so again, what are you looking for? Because in the therapy model, it's a medical model. So the therapist is the expert, helping you to discern what's wrong, and you're going to then work with them to fix it. That's a little bit different than some of my worldview, even though I have been a therapist for many, many years. I don't know that I ever really subscribed to that I know more than them. I might know more about the symptoms, and I might know more about what's happening and have an understanding in that way, certainly. And I really believe that the person's more of the expert. So see, they have their role. I know a lot of really good therapists. And they're really good at being able to help somebody see how something went awry or what's going on that's not serving them, that's really causing a problem. And then they're really good at helping the person get back on track, right? So a therapist is really helping you solve a problem. A coach is helping you reach a goal, right? That's a single-minded thing. That's what we're going to win this game or get this thing or whatever it is. And your mentor is somebody who's got knowledge, experience, and wisdom in the arena that's important to you so that your overall personal development serves you, works for you. You can execute your vision. You can let your creative self show up. You can be everything you want to be. So they're very different. And all of these three are different than being an advisor or a speaker or a trainer. There's so many different pieces. So what I suggest is, A, decide what it is you're looking for. If you want accountability, find a coach. If you want accountability plus overall personal development that kind of weave together, that's a mentor. A mentor in the arena and the area that's important to you. If you're thinking something's wrong and you really need to make sure that you're not going down the deep end or something's really a problem, then I suggest you find a really good therapist. And I would interview them, right? Ask questions. Make sure that anybody you interview to be in your world, in your inner world, uses the same language set that you do, understands you really. And ask questions and listen for specifics in the answer, because it's in the specifics where your health and your freedom lie. I interview a lot of people for my clients sometimes and for my own world, and I work with gifted people, so I'll ask, what's your knowledge base on giftedness? And the person says, I work with smart people, I understand smart people. That would tell me that the person's not a specialist or real understanding of giftedness. A specialist in giftedness would start to talk about brain development and overexcitabilities and how things can be misinterpreted and thinking it's a pathology when maybe it's an overexcitability. And they would be able to speak with fluid language that would help me see that their understanding is deeper than I work with smart people. Do you see? You want to be discerning. You want to ask questions and listen for the answer so that you can say, does this resonate with me? How does this feel? How does what that person's saying land on my body? If when the person's speaking to you, you kind of feel all closed up, it may not be the right resonance. It doesn't mean they're bad or you're bad. It means it may not be the right resonance. It might be later on in your life, that's a better resonance. So it's always about paying attention and using your discernment the best you can, right? Ask the best questions you can and pay attention to how you feel, because the focus, the way of operating is quite different. If I'm seeing you as a therapist, then we're looking for what's going wrong and we're going to give it a diagnostic descriptor, and then we're going to say, okay, based on this, this is what we do to help it. If I'm your coach, I'm going to say, okay, what goal do you want? All right, that's the goal you want. Then I'll help hold you accountable to it, right? By asking really good questions. That's the Socratic method, asking good questions. Yes. And then a mentor will be somebody who'll say, oh, I can be your trusted guide and counselor. I've walked up this waterfall 1,000 times. Hold my hand. I'll show you the way. And they'll ask discerning questions. They'll guide you a little bit, and they'll be that trusted confidant. So make sure that you're clear within yourself what's most important for you to be able to then say, okay, this is what works for me. This is where it is in my world that's going to help me the most. Understanding all of us are multidimensional. All of us are multifaceted. There's so many things going on. You might need more than one type of person in your world that can support you and help you, and it may or may not be official. It may or may not be like a paid position, right? Like I have mentors in my life, and I have paid mentors in my life, and I have coaches, and I have trusted others, because I know that with multiple peer groups and lots of people holding the space for my development and expansion, everybody wins. I win, they win. So when you align what you want with what you're seeking and the person that you're looking for, everybody gets amplified. Everybody gets brought forward more. Everybody is served and wins in that situation. And that's why I wanted to have this little conversation with you today about it, because coaches and mentors are not the same, and it's totally different than therapy. It's different than consulting. It's different than advising. So I work with some business coaches who, when they're working with somebody in the business arena as advisors and strategists business-wise, might say, this person could really use some deeper, more personal development mentoring so that in their personal world, they can get more aligned and clear out some of the gook and get a little bit more clarity and see what's going on so that then their business life works really well. So they go together. And so often I'll work with a business coach with their same person so that I'm not doing the business part. I'm just helping the person with their overall personal development, knowing that as you grow personally, your work, your business, whatever it is, excels. It can't not. Because if you're a business owner, your business can't outgrow you. So it's always important to be growing and expanding and stretching and reaching. And so a lot of times you might have more than one person in your corner, each with their own specific, unique amazement, right? So if a business coach is helping you with your business or your team building, then you might want to have a mentor for the gifted, overexcitable people, or a mentor who can help the visionaries communicate to the strategists, or help the strategists understand how a visionary sees things and help interpret some of the developmental things behind the scenes so that the overall coaching and the overall bigger goal gets reached. So there's lots of nuance here, and there's lots of different things that we want to consider. So I invite you to really look at what it is you're seeking in your life. What is it that you want to grow in? Where is that development part trying to emerge from you? And then if you're looking for outside support or assistance, then start asking those discerning questions. What kind of space do I want? What kind of paradigm do I want? And do I need accountability only? Do I need accountability and support in different ways? Is that the same person for me? I don't know. For everybody, it's different. I was getting ready to grow this business a while back, and I'm like, I really need some assistance here. So I wrote down everything I wanted, and then I realized quickly it was two separate people. One person more technical and another person more literary. And so that helped me by writing all those things down to know who to look for so that I would have a good match. So both of us would have a good experience. Because everybody who's out here in the world trying to support you wants to, right? And everybody is a little bit different. And everybody has a different vibe. And everybody has a different way of looking at things. Everybody has a different skill set and a different language base. So you want to try to really listen for alignment and amplification. And when you walk away and you're done with that person, do you feel better? Or do you feel challenged maybe that, oh man, they helped me see things in my blind spot I didn't want to see, but I'm really glad they told me, right? Do you feel respected as a person after leaving that person? There's so many things to pay attention to here. But a coach and a mentor are very different. And so listen to the language, listen to the person. Go within and see what it is you really are looking for and see how you can make it match and align. And what you'll find out is your results will be amazing. Why? Because what you're seeking and what's being delivered match. Simple, right? Or I think it's simple, but they're not the same. It's different than being a consultant. When somebody says they're a consultant and they're trying to mentor people, maybe they're able to mentor people, but not in a consultant role. So we want to make sure that the roles line up with what it is we're seeking. So because I wear many hats in my world, then I'm asking discerning questions about what it is you're seeking, because I will listen with a different mindset, different ears, so to speak. And in that deep listening, I'm able then to offer that which you're seeking. So if you only want to vent and you want me to be your friend, that's fine. But I'm not going to give you all this other feedback you're not asking for. So we want to make sure it all matches, okay? So, to review, therapists are amazing diagnosticians. They can tell you what's wrong. They're the experts, and most of the ones I know are really good at it. And when I did it for many, many, many years, I was really good at it. They used to say that I was one of the best diagnosticians. I could see what's going on. Probably because of my overall life experience and my wisdom and my education and my intuition. A coach is somebody who's going to help you get your goal. They're going to hold you accountable. They're going to communicate with you what's going on. They're going to help you pass your challenges. They're going to help get you there. And they have that singleness of focus and purpose with you, which can be very useful. A mentor is concerned with your overall personal development, knowing that your overall personal development in your major life areas will get you to the goal. It's more holistic in view, there's more going on, and that person typically has more knowledge, education, life experience, and wisdom in the same arena that you're seeking. So like I have a lot of experience with visionaries and gifted people and the outliers and the people with overexcitabilities, right? And so if you're looking for support in that, then somebody like me who's got these kinds of skill sets might be a really good mentor. If you're looking for a mentor for being the best musician you can be, right? And up-leveling your game, you're going to find somebody who's a skilled musician in the same arena, with the same kind of goals, right? That's where, when you listen to them and you take in their wisdom, then you and that mentor win. Now, none of these things have to always be like professional. Sometimes we have mentors and coaches who are just kind of in our lives, right? So you decide what's best for you. That's what's most important. Because after all, when you're happy and successful and everybody around you is supported by your presence, just because you walked into the room, everything works great. So I hope this has been helpful. Until the next episode of Someone Gets Me, make sure that you keep your face to the sun so the shadows fall behind you, because you're a rock star. You're here on purpose with a purpose. No one is meant to walk this road alone. So seek the right people and situations to support you, amplifying what's trying to emerge through your life. And until the next episode, be well.